Most people think the key to making more money online is to post more content on more platforms. So they'll post on Instagram and TikTok and Threads and Twitter and YouTube Shorts and whatever the new flavor of the month is. But they stay stuck wondering why they're not making any money. When in actuality, they would make more money if they posted less. And you could even just delete social media too, because you don't need it. Yep, social media, you don't need it. And it's only gonna take me about 5 minutes to break this down. So if you don't have 5 minutes to spare, then you may just get caught in that content creation hamster wheel that is exhausting like I used to be in, because I used to post 3 to 5 times per day on all these different platforms every single day and post stories and go live. And I do not miss those days because I found a better way that's more peaceful, that makes more money. So if you don't have 5 minutes to spare, then feel free running on that treadmill of content creation. And treadmills, you get tired, but you don't go anywhere. So look, the first thing that you need to understand is this: posting more won't make you money if you have nothing to sell. So content alone doesn't make you money. Your offers make you money. So you need to look at content like it is just distribution or traffic, because content just directs traffic. So if you don't have an offer, then content just becomes busy work. And most creators are out there extremely busy on absolutely nothing. And then they feel so productive at the end of the day because they posted all this content. But what is the content doing? What is their effort actually worth? Nothing, because majority of them are getting no results. So content is not the source of money. Solving a problem is. And once you can understand this and accept that this is the only way for you to make money online in your business, then you will never succeed. You will never make the amount of income that you want to make online. Because social media, it can actually become a cost. Every single thing that you do, it has a cost associated with it. Everybody thinks that a cost always has to be of monetary value, but no. Social media, it can cost you your time, your energy, your opportunity, and your money. So when there's no monetization plan, then it is always just coming at a detriment to you, your goals, whatever it is that you want to actually be as an online entrepreneur, what I like to call a contentpreneur. So if you're posting, you should know which one of these that you're driving towards. Is this going to be a piece of content that is driving traffic for a low ticket product that could be an entry point into your ecosystem? Is this something that's going to be driving traffic to a core offer? Is this something that's going to be building recurring leverage for you on a month-to-month basis by driving traffic to a community? So if there's no destination of your content, then the content literally, it just floats around in the internet world looking for a home and looking for the right viewer to view it, but the right viewer never actually views it. So it's just alone out there in the content space void. So look, when you're creating content, you're only playing one of 2 games, and that's it. So you're either playing the popular game or the paid game. So people that are playing the popular game, they're content creators. People that are playing the paid game, they're contentpreneurs. There's a big difference there. Content creators are just simply looking to get views, and they're throwing and creating as much content as they possibly can and throwing it on every platform possible and just crossing their fingers and hoping that something sticks. And most of the time they're making lazy content also, because they're just making one piece of content and trying to chop it up and throw it up everywhere, not understanding that every single platform, it has different rules to it from the viewership. So when I say this is, people, they don't think about the viewer that is on that platform, because people go to different platforms for different things, but they think that the same one piece of content is going to perform on every single platform. And then they have no proof of concept. They have no data that actually works for them, but they keep on doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, expecting different results. And there's this one guy, who was Albert Einstein, I believe so, that said that that's the definition of insanity. when if you actually look up the definition, that's not the definition of insanity, but we'll go ahead and go with it. So look, if you're playing the popular game, then you're thinking about going viral. And if you're thinking about going viral, then that requires mass appeal plus surface level content. Most viral content, it has to be extremely broad. So whereas if you want to make money, you don't need to make broad content. You need to make deep content. You need to go below surface level. So getting sales, the contentpreneur mindset, it requires getting the right people, not a million eyeballs. So the 1%, they can win the popularity game, but most people should not play. Most people, the 1% can win the popularity game, but most people should play the paid game. And that's the difference right there. Contentpreneurs are playing the paid game. They're not focused on getting all the eyeballs. They're only focused on getting the right eyeballs, and the right eyeballs that can take their offers, their digital products, and join their communities. So what you need to understand is this. In the content game, more views can mean less intent. That's why I'm talking about that broad content. So for an example, you can get 1 million views with something that goes viral. You can only get $1,000. But you could get the right 1,000 views and make $10,000. I literally have a video that only has a couple thousand views, like 2,000 to 3,000 views. It's made me 6 figures. Maybe I can put a pin in that and make a video about that. I don't know. Let me know if you want a full breakdown on how a video with only a few thousand views can make 6 figures. But this is the contentpreneur mindset. So we prioritize buyer intent, not vanity metrics. And so many content creators are thinking that the measure of success is how many followers you have, how many views you get. It's not. All views and all followers, all subscribers are not created equally. If it's not having a positive impact on your offers in your business, then what's the point? It's just a vanity metric. So the 2 big levers on getting this stuff to work for you are this. You have to ask yourself these 2 questions. What are you selling and who is it for? This is the big separator right here. Most people are just thinking of making some slop or just asking ChatGPT to create them something real quick. And they're just picking a niche and trying to sell it instead of thinking about who it is that this product is actually going to be for. So you need to actually only focus on your avatar. Your avatar, this is going to be your target customer, not MERS. This isn't plural. When you tend to try to sell to everybody, then you can't focus in and sell to anybody. And when you focus on the one, that's how you actually get a few, and then the few turn into many. This is how you actually do build an audience and get a subscriber base. But without clarity on what you're selling and who that your product is for, you'll just keep on posting randomly. Your messaging, it'll stay extremely vague when clarity actually sells. And you'll just attract scrollers instead of actual buyers. So there's 4 pathways to generate leads on autopilot without relying on social media. So first of all, you have search, which is intent traffic. So when I say intent traffic, I'm talking about that these people are already looking for help. So they're already searching for solutions to their problems with intention. So you get found by people who are already looking for help. So this is why you don't need social media, because you could just leverage YouTube. Think about it. You spend all day, hours per day probably, watching YouTube content. And most people watch YouTube content to learn how to do something, but then spend all their time trying to make short form social media content when they don't watch short form social media content to learn how to do anything. They all come to YouTube for that. And even just think about this, somebody that does want to learn how to grow on short form social media, where do they go to learn about it? They don't go to Instagram to learn how to grow on Instagram. They come to YouTube for that. They don't go to TikTok to learn how to grow on TikTok. They come to YouTube for that. Anybody that wants to learn how to do anything, they all come to YouTube. So if you're looking to monetize an online offer or informational offer or a digital product or a community, what better place to showcase your knowledge, your expertise, your authority, show people that you have a solution to the problems that they're actually searching for than the one platform that they come to search for everything. So YouTube content is also the only content that compounds because it stays discoverable. So if you focus on pain points, if you focus on frequently asked questions and how-to questions and make that content for them, then YouTube will place you in front of the people that are searching for those solutions. So when you're making what I like to call discoverable content, when you're making yourself findable on YouTube, you get nothing but warm and hot leads because they're already looking for help. So when you make this findable content or this search content, it's like planting seeds that pay you while you literally sleep. And not only does this stuff compound because it stays discoverable, it compounds because once somebody does discover you, it starts to build what I call the know, like, and trust factor, because we're in the trust economy right now. People buy things from people that they know, like, and trust. So once somebody starts to watch video after video after video, they start to build that trust in you and they start to believe in you to be the person that can help them with what they actually need help on. So then they'll buy your product from you. So when you're making this findable or this search content also, you're not trying to convince somebody to care. They already care because they're already looking for the solution. So a simple 4-part framework for this is you focus in on the pain. Then you make the searchable content for that, giving the solution, and then you get the sale. It's pretty simple. So stop chasing attention and start answering the questions that people are already typing. Stop thinking of creative stuff that you can make and start being useful. So the second pathway is direct outreach. And this is traffic that you can basically control. So if you want sales, start having conversations like an adult. I tell people this all the time. The more analog that you can stay in the digital world, the more successful you will be in the digital world. And this whole online space and everybody's trying to make passive income online. The ones that are actually staying analog and having real conversations with real people, they're going to set themselves apart because they're going to be making the stuff that they know that people need versus what they think that people need. So when I'm saying to have conversations like an adult, I'm not talking about spammy DMs to people. I'm talking about strategic reach outs. So I'm talking about, if you happen to have any past customers, reach out to them. If you happen to have any warm network, reach out to them. A member of my community by the name of Donald, actually, he launched the community within the first few days, he had 7 members. Within the first couple weeks, he had like over 30 members. And that was because he just reached out to the network of people that he's actually helped in his past. You're saying about all this content he could make. I was like, hey, bro, do you have anybody that you've helped before? He's like, oh, yeah, for sure. I'm like, you have the contacts? He's like, yeah. I said, well, why don't you reach out to them through email or something and see if they're interested? He had 30 new members within a couple weeks. So, and also look for people who are already buying adjacent solutions to what it is that you have to offer. But a good way to where is you can reach out to people, because in a lot of the sales world, they'll reach out to people through cold email, through cold DMs, through cold calls. When people, they don't like to be contacted if they did not give you permission to contact them. So what I like to do with this is to simply just use a lead magnet. A lead magnet can start a conversation. If you create something of value and give it away to free for somebody in exchange for their contact information, then that's a different conversation when you reach out to them. because you don't have that, hey, just buy my stuff, awkward energy. They've already gotten something of value from you. And if you reach out to them also and be like, hey, man, if we hop on a Zoom call, I'm telling you, they will be shocked. When I've done this, people are literally shocked that I reach out to them to have a Zoom conversation, because nobody is doing this in the online make money passive income space. Remember this, the more analog you stay in the digital world, the more successful you will be, because you're only going to be moving and making decisions, strategic decisions, off what you know people need versus what you think people need. Now, the third pathway is what I call OPA. And OPA stands for other people's audiences. So this is basically borrowed trust. Remember, we're in the know, like, and trust, or we're in the trust economy, and people buy things from people that they know, like, and trust. Big emphasis on trust. So if you do not yet have any trust from the marketplace, then you can borrow some trust from somebody else. And how do you borrow trust? You can borrow trust by leveraging somebody else's audience. So in this, you're actually borrowing the room instead of building the room from scratch. So again, you're not just borrowing somebody else's audience. You're borrowing trust, and you're borrowing already established targeting. Because if somebody else, either within your niche or lane adjacent, has some type of audience, then they've already done the targeting for you. So you can do some type of guest training leveraging somebody else's audience. You could appear on a podcast or maybe do an interview. You could possibly swap email lists, or you could do some type of a JV, some type of joint venture. You may be able to do a webinar, some type of online event with them, or some type of affiliate style referral. But the only way to actually make leveraging OPA, other people's audiences, work is that you have to think of them first and think of how you can add value to them first. That's just a typical rule of business, and that's one of the reasons why most people can't get any sales anyways, is because they're always thinking, me. What can I get? How's a fast way that I can make some money? Instead of thinking about how can I actually truly add value and help somebody. Well, you have to have the same mentality if you're reaching out to people to leverage their already established audience. Because why would somebody take their time, energy, and effort to introduce you to an audience that already trusts them if they don't really know you? You're possibly hurting their business model by possibly having a negative effect on their audience. So make it a win-win situation. And some of your favorite podcasts, what a lot of the viewership of these podcasts don't know is that a lot of times your favorite podcasts, especially in the business space, they're paying to be on these podcasts. It's a win-win. They're giving a lot of times a big old chunk of money to be on there in the 5-figure range. And then the viewers are just sitting there thinking that these people are buddies and stuff. I'm like, no, this person has an audience. They're not just letting this person in front of them for nothing. They paid for that. And some of them incorporate it into their offer, right? Some of these people on these podcasts are actual clients of the person on the podcast or the YouTube channel. And they made that into a high ticket offer, where a part of the offer is that you get to get exposed to my audience on my YouTube channel, on my podcast, and on my email list, right? But that's just another level of leveraging other people's audiences. And then the fourth way is referrals. So this is basically traffic that you get strictly from results. So this is when you do such a good job that people just go and talk about your stuff. And this is human nature. If you do a good job, people that you did a good job for start selling for you. So just think about it. Anything that you get a good result from, just by nature, you go and you tell everybody else about it. This is also what will happen when you give out good work to the marketplace, whether that be with a good digital product, a good course, a good community, a good freebie. That's why a lot of people can't even monetize their email list. People come to me and they're like, hey, I built this email list. I have all these email contents. Nobody's buying my stuff. Then we take a look at the freebie and the freebie's crap. So it's like, why would somebody buy something from you if the free stuff that they got from you sucks? So a rule of thumb that I have, I'm like, I don't give anything away for free that I know for a fact I couldn't make a profit from. Even my free YouTube videos. I know for a fact my YouTube videos, I could package them up, sell the information. I could sell it in the course. People leave me comments on a daily basis talking about how they learned more from one YouTube video than a course that they spent $500 for, $997 for, $1,297 for. All right. But no funnel will save a weak offer, but a strong offer sells itself over time. No funnel, no marketing strategy, no tactic will sell a weak offer. Focus on making good stuff and you will get good results. That's something that so many people are losing sight of. Make good product. If you focus on that and focus on people, then a lot of this stuff, it just takes care of itself. Now, always remember this. Depth will always beat reach. That's why I say that we don't need to have the biggest audience. You need to have a narrow focus and real intent. So the narrower the promise, the easier it is to attract partners, let alone for that be you partnering up with somebody or doing a joint venture, leveraging somebody else's audience, or for the search traffic or referrals. So the narrower the promise or the more specific your result, the easier it is for you to become findable, the easier it is for you to become discoverable, and the easier it is for you to actually reach out to people to partner with somebody to leverage their audience. Always remember, specificity sells. All the clever, all the stuff that sounds cool, that's content creators that stay broke. You have to be specific about what it is that you're doing, so a specific audience can know that you're for them. Now, this is the reframe that you need to have as a contentpreneur versus a content creator. The content creator asks, how do I stay visible? The contentpreneur asks, how do I stay useful? If you focus on staying useful and you focus on putting useful stuff in front of people that need to use it, they will find you. You don't have to go out and try to find them. Just use this video as an example. I did not come out and find you and say, hey, watch my video and buy my stuff. You found me. All that I did was make the stuff that I already know that you want to watch, and then YouTube just placed it in front of you. Now, also, the contentpreneur mindset, we look at numbers a totally different way also. Like I said, content creators, they're just thinking of vanity metrics. How many views, how many subscribers? Contentpreneur is thinking of how many people do I need to take my offer in order to hit the amount of income that I want to make for myself. And now since I know the right numbers to focus on, then I can reverse engineer and work backwards to reach my goals instead of just randomly running around like a chicken with their head cut off. So let's just use the example of making $100,000, because I know everybody, including myself, for starting off, we all have this 6-figure goal that we want to hit. And a lot of times, including my former self, I'm guilty of it too. We sell ourselves short, because when we say 6 figures, we typically think of $100,000. And then we go for that target, not realizing that we could exceed it. Because 6 figures goes all the way up to $999,999.99. But we all think 6 figures, $100,000, but cool. Let's have that target. In order to hit that target, we don't need thousands of followers to hit this big income. What we need, let's say that we have a $2,000 offer. Well, to hit that $100,000 a year, we only need 50 people. Is that doable? When I say, hey, focus on getting 50 people, that doesn't sound as intimidating as people saying like, oh, go get 100,000 followers, go get 1 million views, go viral. That's why so many people get intimidated. But if I say, hey, 50 people, oh, I can do that. Let's say that you have a $200 offer. That's only 500 people. Is that doable with the power of the internet and the power of a mega platform and a mega horn to where you can announce yourself to the world on a platform like YouTube? That is more than doable. Let's say that you have a monthly recurring strategy and you're building a community. Well, $100 a month offer to hit that 100K. That's only 83 people. Because you get 83 people. Like, is that not doable? Everybody wants to hit these $10,000 months, and I get that's a good target to set for yourself. But nobody does the math. To make $100,000, it's only $8,333.33 a month. That's doable. You would only need about 83 people to get that done. Now, I'm just using these numbers for the sake of this example, but whatever your offer is, whatever the target that you set for yourself, if you actually do the math like this and reverse engineer, then you start to strategically move differently, because you realize that, oh, I don't have to have the biggest audience of people. I just need to get in front of a few of the right people. I just need to get in front of lesser of the right people. So why chase 100,000 random people when you only need to get in front of fewer of the right ones? And when you focus on getting in front of fewer of the right ones instead of building this mass audience, you start to get numbers coming in online in your business, just like all them that you see on the screen right now. And if you're ready to make more working less online from stuff that you already know, then go ahead and click the link down in the description and join this Credit at the Top community. And I'll see you on our coaching call this Wednesday. But a lot of this stuff is more simple than a lot of people make it. They're making it extremely too fancy and too confusing. And it's all the fancy stuff that fails, but it's the simple stuff that scales. So go ahead and check out this video right here for 3 digital products that will always sell, no matter what the market's doing, no matter what the algorithm's doing, and no matter what's trending. And you can sell this stuff to the right people. It's Credit at the Top.